Morning, everyone. My name is Eliel. I am in the 6th grade. Subject for today is Bible history. And my advisor, Miss Owen. Can you go down? My first topic is Book of Samuel 1. Samuel, judge and prophet in Israel, the judgment of Samuel. Okay. Chapters 1 to 7, A. Samuel's call, B. Samuel's commission. Samuel was resting in his place, and he was being called by the Lord. Samuel. Samuel thought it was Eli. So he went to Eli, since he didn't know anything of the Lord at all. So he called him and said, "Speak, for you have called me." Eli told him to sit back down since he didn't say anything. It happened 3 more times. The 3rd time, Eli noticed that it was the Lord calling Samuel, and he told Samuel to, if it happens again, say, "Speak, for your servants listen." After 1 more time, Samuel said, "Speak, for your servants listen." The Lord told Samuel that he will do something in Israel that will shock everyone. At that time, he will also pursue Eli because of the sins of his family that he has ignored, his children, and he will keep judging him as long as his family lives. Samuel hesitated to tell Eli, but even though he still called him, Eli accepted it, and he could still believe in the Lord. And that's the first one done. My next point is Saul, the first king of Israel, the kingship of Saul, chapters 8 to 15, the selection of Saul and the rejection of Saul. So, Samuel was asked by Israel for a new king. He didn't like it, so he asked God about it. God told him to, if he wanted a king, give him a king. Saul was selected, but he's not nice. Then, after a while, he broke a bunch of laws. Then Samuel confronted him and told him that they needed a humble king. They didn't listen. But then Samuel said that a new king would rise anyways. Then God chose David. And the story of David in life shows us that God doesn't choose people just based on their family or what they're known as. Then David got old fame. Samuel was sulking because David was getting old fame. Well, Samuel, Saul was going into insanity. Saul hunted down David. But David didn't try to kill him once. He never thought about it. It just shows David's character as humble and obedient to God. Yes, he knows a new king will rise one day. This book ends with Saul dying in a gruesome battle. My 3rd point. The kingship of David. David's kingship announced by Samuel, David the shepherd, and David the courtier. There's the kingship of David attacked by Saul. David then became king. After winning some battles, he decided to make a capital city called Zion. And he also wanted to make a religious capital, so he moved the Ark of the Covenant inside of Zion. With that, he asked the Lord if he could make a temple for him. But the Lord declined and decided to give David a dynasty. And he also promised him a forever kingdom and a new king from his bloodline. David was excited, so he tried to do everything. But he also made a poem Saul and everyone that tried to kill him. Yeah. He did something really bad, not for him, but for Uriah. So his soldier named Uriah, he had a wife named Bathsheba. David saw Bathsheba baby once and decided to sleep with her pregnant, and make her pregnant. To cover it all up, he decided to assassinate Uriah. After Uriah was assassinated, the prophet named David confronted him about it. And a prophet named Nathan confronted him. David admitted to all that he repented. God forgave him, but he didn't delete all the consequences. So his kingdom and family all fell down as he sat on the throne as a broken man. And his son, Absalom, he assassinated his brother for assaulting their sister. Then, and after that, he decided to start a rebellion against David. David was once again running away from his house, but not an innocent man this time. He was guilty of all charges. Absalom also dies in a tree, just like with Saul. And with all David sits down and talks about makes poems about his mighty men, and how humble and prideful. Just like a poem is. It's like in the sort of book one of Samuel. That's Hannah. David. So in the story, the lesson is the comparison between David and Saul is that David is humble, obedient to God. Even though they both did wrong, David repented while Saul ignored the rules. And comparing the both of them to Samuel is that Samuel is obedient and he didn't do anything wrong, and he's been listening to the Lord since he was a child. Questions?
Okay, so once again, let's open to the floor. So is there anyone from our fellow presenters? Any questions? Yes.
Favorite story? David and Goliath. I read a lot of those.
Okay, thank you very much. From where? That's only for one question. You have to stay here. Okay, so from our parents, Paul, are there any commendations, any questions? Yes, Paul.
I love how knowledgeable you are of the story, the depth of your knowledge shines through. You made the story a very long story, compact and very understandable even for kids. So good job on that.
So let's move to our advisor. So let's do this table to me.
Sige. So you answer everything.
So, yung pagiging advisor mo dual, may nag-inquire, nag-listen sa presentation. I really love how you presented the story of Samuel, and David. No? The story was very detailed, enough for us to understand it more about the two main characters of the Bible. So, with that, no, there's a reason why you chose this story. So, can you tell us what can we learn from the story of Samuel and David? What lessons you would like us to learn about their lives, or inspiration that we can get from their stories?
So, in the beginning of book 1, Samuel, there was a poem that Hannah made, the mother of Samuel, that God rejects the prideful but forgives the humble. What you can learn is that to always respect the game and be a team player.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you have any other advice?
Hi Ellie, why you make me cry? I'm more sentimental now. You know what, dear parents, Ellie is my student since he was in preschool. And I'm so amazed, Ellie, of how you can stand up right here in front of me, telling us stories that you did not live, but out of the heart and out of your mind. I know that you know well the story of David, and not just the story, but the lessons behind, and how God don't like the prideful, but He loves those humble. So my question for you, Ellie, aside from this, what was the real lessons that you can apply out of the story that you just told us? I mean, for you, for yourself, that you can apply for yourself out of the story of David and Samuel.
Forgiveness and repenting. And obedience to the Lord.
How can you apply obedience to yourself? To your daily life? I mean, how obedience, what is the role of obedience in your life?
In my life. Well, I stay obedient to my parents. I got a dog. And yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.